Okay guys, it is freezer meal day. Woo-wee. So I have my tripod here ready to do some things. I have some lasagna noodles, my beef and chicken base, some spices. That's kind of what that section is. I haven't gotten the refrigerator stuff out yet. This is all my tomatoes. We're going to be doing lots of like manicotti and lasagna and such. Vidalia onions. I have Parmesan cheese, corn. This is Sloppy Joe and beef stew mix. This is cream of chicken, 2 of those, 1 cream of mushroom, a golden mushroom, 2 cheddar cheese soups, barley, lemons, some bacon, some enchilada sauce, green chilies, some mole verde, some black beans, another big old thing of black beans. This is green beans with potatoes. There's chili mild beans, tortillas. Here's some side dishes that I'm not going to probably put in anything yet. I have a thing of sauerkraut. If I have some sausage left over, I'll put that with that. So here's all the like the dryish ingredients. I don't know, that's not true, but whatever. This is those. And then I have a big huge thing of cheese. I have mozzarella and Colby Jack still in the fridge. I have this thing of fresh mozzarella, this cottage cheese, sour cream, ricotta cheese, a thing of half and half, a big thing of salsa, a frozen thing of peas and carrots, and a frozen thing of peas, a big huge thing of broccoli, the biggest things I've ever seen of hash browns. This is 6 pounds of hash browns and 6 pounds of, no, 8 pounds, holy cow, of tater tots. So that's gonna last forever and a day. I also have 2 sausages, rice, penne. I have a whole bunch of chicken breast. I have a big old thing of bacon, which I don't know if I will prepare. I have a couple steaks. I have some beef stew meat. I have some Atlantic salmon that's stuffed with crab meat. This stuff is awesome. That's not going to be in anything. I will just probably use the little Foodsaver on that. Ground turkey, a pork loin. Whew. And we're going to get started. I also have my Foodsaver. It is over on the other side of the cabinet. Sorry for that. Here's my Foodsaver already. Here's all the stuff for the Foodsaver to go. And on my stove, I have a ton of stuff that I'm going to be cooking in here, and I'm going to get that started, and then I will kind of let you know where we're at. Okay, so I have ground beef and sausage browning in here. I have my chicken, mostly breasts, a couple thighs, and a couple legs, just to have a mixture of white and dark meat. And those are just cooking in that pan. I have 10 cups of rice cooking in that pan, and I have 2 pounds of pasta, whatever style this is, penne, in this pot. So I am just waiting for all of this to boil and get done, and yeah, that's where I'm at right now. Okay guys, we're about to get started. I am pouring myself a pop because I need a pop. I've had my coffee this morning and I'm ready to go. I have 2 pounds of ground beef, actually probably about 2.5 pounds of ground beef with 2.5 pounds of sausage cooked, ready to make the Italian stuff. I have my chicken boiling on the stove, and I have it, actually I don't have it boiling, I have it simmering on the stove. I'm going to do the chicken meals last because I want it to make a nice broth so that I can use the chicken broth, or I guess it's chicken, no, it's broth, it's not stock, because I'm not adding anything to it. I have 2 pounds of noodles ready to go. They're penne. I have 10 cups, actually not a cup. I have 10 cups of rice ready to go. And I needed my drink, sorry. I have not prepped any vegetables yet, but I thought that I would go through and show you some of the meals that I'm making. Now, I did purchase this super fast freezer meals from Gina Luker on, I think I found her just on a blog when I was Googling freezer meals. and thought this one looked pretty good. It really didn't give you much of a game plan. I will try to put the recipes that I use in the description box below. I know that that's something that people wanted, or at least a link to be able to get to those. I will try my best to do it. I'm hoping to have this posted this week, so it depends on how quickly I can get it posted and all of that jazz. I'm hoping to not have to do too many edits. I really don't like to edit, but anyway, let's see, our final, I kind of made myself a big list. I mean, I'm a list maker anyway, but I made myself a big list of things that I knew that I needed to do and kind of the order that I was doing it. Boiled chicken, browned beef, and sausage. I haven't browned the beef yet. Make sauce and simmer. That's something that a lot of them say, like the tomato sauce to let it simmer. I've decided not to do that. I'm just going to put the sauce together and be done with it. I'm not going to have it simmer. Make the cheese fillings, which I will do. Make freezer sandwiches. I'll do that too. Make chili, put lasagnas together. So I have like my whole list of things that I know that I want to do. And I kind of put the recipes in order as to how I'm going to be cooking them. But let's go ahead and let you know what indeed I am cooking so that you will have an idea. I'm going to do some lasagna. I'm going to make chili, cheeseburger casserole, broccoli cheddar chicken pasta, Tex-Mex chicken casserole, black bean taco soup, beef barley stew, beef enchiladas, beef stew, baked ziti, which will actually be baked penne, cracked out chicken tater tots, breakfast burritos, pizza casserole, lasagna soup, manicotti, which isn't going to exactly be manicotti, it'll be more like penne something, and fireman's stew. And then I know that I have a couple other ingredients to do, a couple other things. So it is now about 9 o'clock. So I'm going to see how the day unfolds. I am sitting down. Someone commented about that last video about me sitting down and chopping my vegetables and stuff. I do. Especially on a day like today when I have a million things that I'm working on, and I have chronic back pain. So even with my Advil or Aleve, I don't take any prescription medicines just because I don't want to, but I do take Advil or Aleve when I feel like I'm going to be on my feet a lot, and I do that, but I still would rather just sit down. It's more comfortable for me, and I'm used to it. And so if you don't like it, I'm sorry. You can find a channel that you will like, I'm sure. But I don't know why that would matter, and I don't even know why I'm commenting on it. It's ridiculous that I'm even saying anything. But okay, anyway. And also people have commented on my bowl, which I think is kind of funny. And they're asking if it's Pyrex and you know, if it's old or whatever. This is the bowl I used last time, and I will probably use it this time. It has BC Comics on it. I don't know if any of you guys are familiar with that. It is old. I am talking, my parents had this when I was a kid, and I was born in 1971, so I'm about 29 years old. But I used to love when my mom used this bowl, and she used it often, and I use it often, and I would be devastated if anything happens to this bowl because it does mean something to me. But these little guys are just so cute, and I've always thought that they were really cute. I don't really know the comic very much. I know that it was out when I was a kid, and I know that, you know, I would kind of look at it, but I remember it not making a lot of sense to me then because I think it was more of an adult comic. But I thought the critters were really cute. I love the ant and the aardvark, and there's a little bird. Of course, I go for the critters. That's what I kind of go for. I even liked this guy with the big hair. But the animals were my favorites, and they made some really cute expressions. So, yeah, it's cute. It's funny. So this, though, I don't know if it's Pyrex. I know that you guys had commented on it and asked if it was Pyrex, and I kind of just went with it, but it says Anchor Hawking. I don't know if that's Pyrex or not. And it says Fire King, oven proof, made in the USA, and has a number 13 on it. So yeah, that's all I know about this bowl, other than, I mean, the only reason I have it is because it was my mom's, and I love it because it's cute and because it was my mom's. And it's nice that it has these little handles on the side. It is kind of a nice working bowl. And then I'm also going to be using this bowl, which is oven proof, microwave, dishwasher proof. It is, you know, like a ceramic stone-fired bowl. I love this bowl. I have 2 of them, and I don't remember where I got them. I think it was it was either at an at-home party, or it was like at a oh, like a county fair, or not a fair, like in the fall when you go to the festivals. It's like one of those. So I don't remember exactly if I got it at the festival or at one of the at-home parties. I just know that I liked it a lot, and they had it in pink, so I got 2 of them, and it's kind of a pinkish red, but I like it. So I'll be using this to like mix some cheeses and stuff in, because I didn't need such a big bowl. And then I guess we'll go ahead and get started. I think the first thing I'm going to work on is lasagna, since my meat is done, and I'm going to turn to that. I have 2 different lasagna recipes that I'm going to do. One is easy lasagna recipe, and I will kind of let you see that. And this one makes 5. I'm not making that many. I'm only going to make 2, I think. And then I'm going to use the Pioneer Woman, the best lasagna ever. And actually, I don't even know if I'm going to be using these. I know how to make my own lasagna, and I might just kind of just go for it. This one says ground beef, sausage, garlic, whole tomatoes, tomato paste, dried parsley, dried basil, salt, cottage cheese, beaten egg. I don't know. Honestly, I don't think I'm going to use either one of these recipes. I think I will just do my own thing, and we will go for it. But this is what they are kind of roughly based on. I mean, it's just a basic lasagna. Can't go wrong with lasagna. And I have these oven-ready noodles that are fabulous, in my opinion. I enjoy them very much, and I like that, so I'm going to be using those. And then I went to the dollar store, and I bought these, and they have lids. They are just little, I would say, 9-inch bread style. Not even that. I mean, they're wider than a bread thing, but a bread pan. But these are oven safe, freezer safe, not microwave safe. But these are smaller. This is, I mean, you know, like a 9 by 13 pan is at least twice this big, probably a little bigger. So since it's just Dennis and I'm eating most of the time, and honestly, this would feed more than just the 2 of us, especially for our big lasagna. But yeah, I'm gonna make them this size. And little did I know, I thought they were 2 for $1. They were 3 for $1. So I bought a ton of these. So I'm gonna be ready for all of my meals. And okay, I'm gonna pause you for just a second, and I will get started. Okay, so I think I showed you my new knives yesterday. I just did a picture of them, so I'll try to remember to insert that in this video. But I'm going to cut up some shallots, some garlic, and let's get this show on the road. So I'm just dicing this up so it's fine dice and I can use it in anything. Just need to skin these and then chop these. I won't show you all of it, but I'll go ahead and do one so that you can see. And shallots are really good. I like them a lot. They are kind of a little bit a combination between garlic and onion. And they're really nice. And I just like to finely cut these. I don't even know if I'm using the right knife on these. It shows kiwi on it, but there's like 20 different citrus knives in this set. Not really, but there seemed to be a lot of citrus knives. So, I don't know, this one looked kind of like it was kind of cool, had the ridges on the edge. So I thought, I'm going to go for that one. And then, I don't know, it might not be the right one for this. I'm sure somebody can tell me if I'm doing it wrong, but the end results will be the same. So for this time, it doesn't matter. If I want to change it up, I will. But so I'm just going to make a big old pile of chopped scallions, and then chopped onions, and then some diced or whatever chopped garlic, because we're going to do the Italian, well, most of the Italian meals first, I think, if not all of the Italian meals first. Unless I run out of something. I need to boil more noodles or something like that. But 2 pounds of noodles is quite a bit for us. So there's the scallion. One actually did a pretty good job. I don't know if I'll chop all of these, but I'll chop most of these. I might do all of them. Throughout the day we might use them all. And then I will do a garlic or an onion. I'll show you how I do this. Kind of the same way. These are Vidalia onions. I got these at Sam's Club. I would say get whatever you like. I like the sweeter onions. I also like red onions, but I don't know. I don't know what the difference is, honestly. I know that Vidalias are sweet. And since I'm so sweet, actually probably because I need to get more sweet, I use sweet things. I need all the sweet I can get. Ooh, this knife is nice. I'm not really cutting slices exactly, but that's okay. Oh, I don't think I got all the core out. That time I did. I'll turn this over. Some of them are going to be bigger chunks than others, but that's okay. It's onion. We're not afraid of some onion. Onion is supposed to be heart healthy. So that's how I do my chopping. I will bring you back when I've got the rest of it done so that we can be ready to start preparing some meals. We'll get this prepping done and the meal prepping, or the meal making going. Oh, here's another big chunk. Okay, I will be back. Okay, so I have 2 big onions and all of those shallots chopped up. Now I'm working on the garlic, and I just have this garlic press that I got from Pampered Chef many moons ago, but it works and I love it. And I'm just taking out the papery outside of the garlic, and then I just pop a clove in there. Actually, this one I think I can pop both of those in there, and then I just squeeze it and out comes the garlic. And then I use a knife to scrape this, and this is stainless steel, so that's not supposed to cause the bad garlic smell. And I just take that knife and get that out, and then I'm going to just put this in my dish, in my hot sudsy water to wash. So you can see I have onions, scallions, garlic, and I'm going to cook this up just a little bit, maybe not all of it, but some of it, so that I can get it a little bit cooked for my Italian dishes. So I'm doing that now. I'm just getting ready for my fixins of the lasagna. I'm trying to make sure that you guys can see something worthwhile. Well, let's see, maybe if I put this on this side, because I want you to be able to see into this pan. But first I need to mix the mozzarella. So let me show you what I'm going to do for that. I have fresh mozzarella. I also have cottage cheese, ricotta, other mozzarella. Yeah, we got lots of mozzarella. So we have the shredded mozzarella. We have a couple of those. We have a big carton of ricotta that I did get into last night because I made a lasagna last night for my family. Let me just put this lid over here. I have cottage cheese, and I have this fresh mozzarella that I need to cut up. So I'm just going to open this up, and then I will slice it. And guys, there is nothing like fresh mozzarella. If you can get it, I would highly recommend some fresh mozzarella. It is so yummy. it makes every Italian dish that much better. So I'm not going to use it all in the lasagna because I want to be able to have some more. And I'm just going to use the same knife that I have dirty. Try to use as few of dishes as possible. Oh, and you can't see anything over this ricotta, can you? Let's move that. Okay, so this is my fresh mozzarella. And I'm just going to slice it. And I'm not going to be shy. I'm going to use it all. Like I said, I won't use it all in the lasagna, but I will use it all today. That's probably enough for the lasagna, so I'm going to put this chunk with my other ingredients that I am waiting on to use for something else that's delicious. So I'm going to go ahead and take this mozzarella and open it up. This is just in a little container, and this is the balls of mozzarella, and this is in a marinade. This I got from Sam's. I don't even know what the marinade is, but it looks delicious. It's definitely an oil-based marinade, but I'm just going to put this mozzarella like on the side of it and try to find somewhere for it. Oh, if I do that, you guys probably can't see again. My goodness, there's just too much stuffs. I need to, here, I'm just going to go ahead and get it going. I need to put some of this kind of, oh, I should use a clean spoon. Let me grab a spoon. I'm going to put about 2 cups of cottage cheese in my bowl. One egg. A good amount of ricotta, probably 2 cups of ricotta too. I seriously would like to use all of this ricotta today so I don't have to worry about having leftovers of it. So I might have to use ricotta in something else. And before I get that too going, I'm going to add my Italian seasoning. And I would say for all of this about a tablespoon of Italian seasoning. And I'm also going to use some of the Mamma Mia marinara mix that I got from Tastefully Simple. I'm just using this too because I have it. It's not necessary, but I'm using about half a tablespoon of that. And this is kind of why it's hard for me to have recipes for you guys, because I eyeball a lot of things. So I will probably put the recipes that these are based on below for you. But when you guys are cooking, I know that some of you are young and you're watching, and I really appreciate all of you, but you young viewers that are watching, it's so cool that you're getting an interest in cooking. I know that someone said that they were 14 and learning. When you're cooking, it's not as important to be as perfect as when you are baking. Baking is a science experiment pretty much. I mean, it needs to have a certain amount of flour, a certain amount of liquid, a certain amount of whatever to make it do whatever it is that you're trying to get it to do. When you are cooking, it's not as important that you get everything just right. Let's say you don't like an ingredient. Feel free to take it out. You like something else, put it in. It's okay. It's yours. And if you guys don't like something that I'm making, that's okay. You're not invited to dinner. So when you have this mixed up pretty well like that, what we're going to do is make a mess. Whew. I'm going to take one of my pans. You guys can see that, right? Oh, let me move that thing. I'm just going to throw it over there. And I'm going to use this Prego, and I know I have these huge cans of tomatoes that I need to use too, but I'm going to use this one thing of Prego and put a little bit on the bottom. And you want to make sure that there's liquid at the bottom. So just a little bit of Prego is fine. And then I'm going to do a layer of meat, just because I'm kind of weird about putting the noodles on next. I think that's the step that most people do, but I don't know. I like the noodles to be raised up a little bit. So I just put a layer of meat. And this is ground hamburger or ground beef and sausage mixed. That's just because that's the way my family prefers it. Now I'm going to put down noodles. And as you can see, one noodle doesn't cover the whole thing. This still has some open. So I'm going to take this noodle and break it. Does not have to be perfect, so that it covers that part right there. And then I'll use the next one on the next one. So now I'm going to put some tomatoes. I don't know the best way to do this. I'll just try to bring it to. So this is crushed tomatoes along with diced tomatoes. And this is going to go also in our chili. I'm not going to do Prego on this layer, but I am going to do my ricotta mixture. Just a couple of globs. It's not real important that you get it all everywhere, but I don't know. I like to spread it out a little bit. And I don't really know how many layers of this I'm going to get, but I'm going to go ahead and put some of my mixture of onions, scallions, and garlic down too. And don't be afraid to use your hands, seriously. They are your best tool. And then I'm going to put some of this fresh mozzarella, which is oh so lovely. Now I'm going to do another layer of noodles. Oh, I don't know why I just did that, but that's okay. We can go this way. That's the way I want to play. Okay. There, we still got it. Now I'm going to do a layer of Prego. And I'm going a little bit heavy on the sauce, and I'll tell you why. It's because my noodles are uncooked. If you guys noticed, I got the no boil noodles. I don't think you have to compensate for it, but I don't know. The lasagna I made yesterday was actually a little bit watery, but you know, you let it stand for about 15 minutes after you cook it, and it's okay. I would like to get 3 layers of noodles, but I don't think I'm going to in this pan. Which again, it's okay. It'll taste good. You can hear Fuzz saying hello. I know people don't like their animals in the kitchen sometimes. I got a comment on that too. And I'm just not even going to reply to that. Just hanging out. You be you, I'll be me. Just some onions and garlic. And I'm going to do some of these mozzarella balls. And if I get some of the yummy whatever green things these are, I think they're basil, I'm just going to leave them in there. It does not matter. I mentioned I love fresh mozzarella. Now I'm going to put some regular mozzarella on top. I am going to wash my hands though. I talked myself into getting a spoon for that mozzarella because it's very oily. So I'm going to put some of this just shredded mozzarella on top. Because I love it when I have lasagna that's real cheesy on the top. That's how you like it too, Fuzz? Yeah, okay. He can smell all this food, and so he's getting excited. Okay, so that is our first lasagna, and I'm just going to do this probably 4 more times at least. And I'm going to label all of these with the top. Let me show you. So here's the lid, and I have a Sharpie. I also have just a regular pen. And I wish I remembered what the date was. Why did I write 6? It's not 6, it's July. 16th. I think it's the 18th or the 19th. It doesn't really matter. I think it's the 18th. It's Monday. And then I'll put on here, bake 350 degrees, about an hour, especially if it's frozen. So there we go. I'll write that on each one, and I'm gonna just be doing this. One thing that I forgot to mention was you put the silver side down. That's probably obvious, but I just want to make sure I say that, so that you put the silver side down on the pan, and then this is ready to go in the freezer. But I think that I am going to put it in a Foodsaver bag and freeze and seal it up in the Foodsaver bag as well, just to be sure that I am preserving these as best as I can, since it's just the two of us and we'll have meals for years. I want to make sure that we have them. It won't be years, but you know what I'm saying. So yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing. Okay, so we have 5 lasagnas prepared. That was fun and easy and very nice. And I'm just closing these up. Now, I even kind of debated on whether or not I should put the date on here, because with my Foodsaver, I know that these are going to be last a long time, and I'm almost nervous that, let's say, I don't know, somebody gets sick and I need to give them a meal or something like that, and if it has the date on there, they might be going, oh my gosh, why is she giving me something from a year ago? So I don't know. I kind of contemplated that, but I went ahead with it. I guess I will just have to explain that I've had them in the freezer, in the Foodsaver, and they are still good. Honestly, I don't know if they'll even last that long because we love lasagna. And it being at the ready, I mean, how easy is this? Just, you know, come home, take it out of the freezer, pop it in the oven, or let it thaw out the night before, it doesn't matter. And then have a nice meal in about an hour, and I can fix just a quick salad with it, or heck, we don't even really need anything with it, but if I wanted to get some vegetables in, just a quick salad and call it a day. We could even make some bread. I could make a quick Italian bread in the same amount of time that this would take to cook, and we'd be set to go. There's a little piece of yuck. So my shoulder is honestly burning me from using my shoulder so much today already. So I'm probably going to take a little bit of a break after this, just because that's the way I need to work. And I know my body, and I don't want to overexert myself because I have lots of cooking still to do. I think I might do something easy next. Not that this was hard, just something even easier, maybe some chili or something. So that's it. I will have 6 lasagnas ready to go. I know that some of you are wondering what time it might be. Just, I would be wondering. It is 10:20 right now. So we have done 6 lasagnas in about an hour and a half. I think I got started at about 8:30, but I didn't really start. I mean, it took some prep. So, you know, you guys, it takes some prep, but the prep pays off in the fact that then the meals don't take so long to put together. So I would say do your prep work, get your vegetables cut. I still have some cutting that I need to do for some other things, but I still have onions, scallions, and garlic ready, and that's why I think I'm going to do chili next, because I can use some of the leftover meat with the onions that I've already cooked, and this will make at least one nice chili, maybe 2, and yeah, I think I'll do that next. So I'm going to take just a bit of a break, and then I will be back. Okay, it's time to get started again. I really didn't take much of a break. It is 10:31. So I went ahead and got out my handy dandy bag holder. This is going to be used in conjunction with my Foodsaver bag, and this Foodsaver bag, I have not used my Foodsaver yet, so you guys will come along with me for the first try. And it has a liquid like catcher on the top. That's what this white strip is. So it's supposed to help catch any stray liquid, and it's also supposed to help make soups and stuff be better in the Foodsaver. So I just have this bag opened in my little bag holder so that I can add the ingredients. And I'm going to add about a pound of this meat, and it's actually still the meat and sausage mixture, and it has some of the garlic and onion and scallions in it too. And I'm just going to add another handful of onion to it. Maybe another couple handfuls of onion to it, because we like our onion in our chili. So I'm going to take this whole skillet, maybe not this whole skillet, I don't know. I'm going to try to get about a pound of meat. Now that I'm looking at it, it looks like it's a little more than a pound, so I probably will do 3/4 of this right down into this bag. And I think that's good, and I can use the other one in another chili because I have plans to do a couple of these. Don't want to spill anything, but I want you guys to be able to see a little bit. And I don't know if you guys can see. Well, I know you can't. Maybe I'll just pull this up a little. Okay, so now you can at least see what's going in the bag, I think. So I have a can of Brooks chili hot beans. Actually, these are chili mild beans. I don't like the hot, so I'm going to add about half of the can to this. I'm going to put the other half of the can in the other beans and get rid of the can. Then I'm going to add a packet of chili seasoning. And now I'm going to add some crushed tomatoes and some diced tomatoes. So I'm going to add quite a bit of that to make it equal to about a can or so of each at least. I will see how it's looking. Probably shouldn't have done this with a tablecloth on. I probably should have taken my tablecloth off. If you like yours hotter, you could use hot sauce. You can use chili powder. Oops, I just dropped. You can use jalapeno. We aren't real big on the hot. I'm just stirring this up. I'm going to take it out and look at it. And actually it looks pretty good. I think I might add a little bit of water. And maybe another scoop or two of the crushed tomatoes. And it will need some water. I'm kind of debating on whether or not I should add the water now or when I cook it. I'm kind of thinking when I cook it. Oh, and I didn't label it. I should have done that first. Well, it's not too late. I'll just have to be careful. Chili. And 1 to 2 cups water. And I can put the date on here. So I just wrote on the bottom what it is. And now we're going to go over to the Foodsaver, I think, and we're going to go ahead and get this ready for the freezer. So I have never done this before, so I am taking you guys along with me over to my countertop. And here is the Foodsaver. Yikes. Turning it on. Very first time. And I'm going to change it to moist because this is moist food. With both hands, slowly insert. There's a little mess on the outside here, so I'm going to get that off. When red seal bag lights turn off, remove the bag. Yay! I did my first Foodsaver bag. How fun is that? Oh, that's nice. We got ourselves some chili, people. All right, that's easy enough, and that's kind of fun. And let's check the seal. Oh yeah, it's tight, tight. Yay! Okay, we're gonna do that again, and I will be back. Okay, we're gonna do this again just because it's so much fun. We're doing it together. Oh, oops, I think I need to put this way. Longer. I don't know why. I didn't seal it. What the heck? Did I do something wrong? I don't know what I could have possibly done. Let's try it again. Struggle is real, people. This is food making in real life. I don't know what I did wrong. Maybe something's wrong with this bag. If it doesn't seal this time, I'll just switch it to a different bag. I'm glad it was, because now I'm not so nervous that I'm doing it wrong. I think I'm doing it right. I mean, how hard can it be? You stick the thing in there and hit start. Well, it was clearly not working, so let's see here. Okay. Curl down, which is what I have. So I don't know. That one's not working. So what I'm going to do is try not to spill it. And I'm going to cut my own bag. I'm sure this is too long, but now I'm going to put this in. So to open the appliance door and place roll, okay, did that. I got it cut, okay. Press seal button, slowly insert bag, curl down. Wait for the red seal indicator light to turn off. Okay, so now it's sealed. I'm going to write on here what it is. Bummer that this bag didn't work because it's one of those liquidy ones, but that's okay. I'm going to dump the ingredients from this bag into this bag. Try to make sure I get all of it or most of it, at least 99% of it. Okay, so now I'm going to curl up this bag, put that in the trash. Wash my hands. Chicken looks done over on the stove. So now I think I made the bag too big, but I didn't know. That side down. So that's this side. And I'm going to put this in. Now it's doing it, and it has the red light on, which means it's sealing. And as soon as the red light turns off, we're good to go. Bag is sealed, chili is in the bag, and I have too much head space, but that's okay. So now we have our chili. Okay, now I'm going to turn this off for a little minute, and I'm going to get some other things going, and I will bring you guys back. Okay, so the chicken is fresh out of the pan. Hopefully you guys can see that. I literally just took it out of the pan, but it is definitely done, and it is steaming hot. And what we have left in the pan is beautiful chicken broth that has some fat still on it. So I'm going to let that cool a little bit, and then I will skim the fat off because it will rise to the top, and we can use that broth in some of our dishes, and it will be wonderful. Well, I just realized that I taped that whole thing of making two big things of these enchiladas, and I did not film it. I don't even know if you guys saw my struggle with the mole sauce, so I apologize about that. I had some green mole. I did not know how to use it. I didn't even know how to open the thing, and I ended up throwing it away because I took out the oil thinking that I didn't want all that oil on top, but then I think I needed it to actually make the mole because it was like hard, like paste almost. So I think I screwed up, and yeah, so I ended up just tossing that. And I made these enchiladas with enchilada sauce, but I made them with flour tortillas, so does that officially make these burritos? I don't know. I still have a ton of sauce left over, so I think I have some corn tortillas in the pantry. I'm going to check and see if I do, and if I do, I'm going to make some enchiladas with those and some salsa. So let me see what I can find. Sorry if you guys missed that. I was lucky enough to find some corn tortillas that I had in the pantry, so we're going to use up some more of that enchilada stuff. And I'm going to take a pan, a little alligator clip, isn't that cute? And I will take a corn tortilla, and I'm just going to kind of do the same thing that I did with the other ones. Oh, I didn't open my salsa. This is fresh cilantro salsa from Sam's Club. It is delicious if I can open the darn thing. I'm going to put a little bit in the bottom of this pan, or a lot of it, whichever. Oh, it smells so good. It looks funny. Taking that off. Seam side down. I should be able to get about 5 of these in here. I'm going to say whatever corn tortillas I don't use, I'm just going to toss. So again, just to refresh your memories, this has rinsed black beans, ground beef, tomatoes, taco seasoning, and water. Actually, it doesn't have tomatoes, and rice. No tomatoes. Yeah, I think these corn tortillas have seen better days. They're on their last leg, so it's a good thing I'm using them up. They want to break instead of fold, which is okay, just not ideal. And I know what I'm gonna do this next time. That's my phone, my home phone. So I'm gonna make 2 pans of this, but the next one I'm going to make as more of a lasagna as opposed to enchilada like rolls. Had too much cheese in that one, so I just dumped it on the top. This one might be our dinner tonight. Put some salsa on top there. This might be my favorite salsa. And then I'll put some cheese on top of that. And that one will be done. And then my next one, I'll put some salsa on the bottom. Then I'll put this enchilada here. Put some filling on top. And a layer of cheese. And another. Corn tortilla. Some more of this yumminess. Some more cheese. One more enchilada, or corn tortilla, whatever it's called. Then I will finish the sauce. You gotta stay in the thing, Mr. Enchilada. Some salsa. And then I would serve these with some sour cream and salsa on the side. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Then I will top it with cheese. And then when you bake these, I would bake them covered for the first little minute, and then I would uncover them for the last half or so that the cheese gets all nice and bubbly and golden. So I'm just going to label these and clean up my area, and I'll be back. Okay, I have 3 enchilada things packed. I have 6 lasagnas packed over here. I have 2 chilies ready to go in the freezer. I think what I'm going to do is go ahead and pack these away with the freezer bags and put all of this in the freezer. So I have 6, 9, 10, 11, 12 meals finished already. So yay, and it's 11:30 and I'm getting tired. Okay, I'm running out of juice on my camera, so I'm going to try to speed this up a little bit. I have about a pound of meat in here with an onion that I diced up and about a half a cup of water. I'm going to make some taco soup. We're doing lots of like enchiladas and tacos today, but sounds yummy. So I'm going to use a can of corn, and I'm getting this recipe online. It's just black bean taco soup, and I don't even know where I got it, but I will try to post it down below. And it says to add the corn without draining it, so I will do that. And it's just a can of whole corn or sweet corn. And then I have a big can of whole black beans that I did drain. I did not rinse. And I need to add some taco seasoning to this. now. I'm going to finish it. It's about a tablespoon. So that's, excuse me. Goodness, that taco seasoning is strong. Woo! Got me the last time too. Now it also says, so let's see, it needs beef, onion, taco seasoning, corn, black beans, then tomatoes, and green chilies. I'm not going to add the green chilies to this. So what I'm going to do is dump this into a Ziploc bag, or not a Ziploc, but a Foodsaver bag. And then I am going to also add the tomatoes. And then I will seal this up, and this will be, I think, the only one of these, because I don't know, unless I want to make this into two. We'll see how it looks when I'm getting this in here. It is kind of a lot. Goodness, this is hard to do. I might take this over to the drain or to the sink, and I don't know, I just don't want to make a big mess. Bigger mess. So that's probably about half of it. I think half of it will be fine for just me and Dennis. I always fix enough for like an army, and there's not an army of us anymore. So I'm going to add some crushed tomatoes. This is similar to chili. And some diced tomatoes. And one of them fell on that thing. And that looks pretty darn good. So this is the taco soup. I don't know if you guys saw that other one or not, but this is taco soup. And I have a mixture of ground beef, a little water, a can of, oh, what's it called? Corn, and a can of black beans. I have that all in my bowl. This is the second one, so I'm not sure if you saw the first one, so that's why I'm doing this one again. And then I'm just pouring this all into my Foodsaver bag. Awkwardly. And then I'm going to add some diced tomatoes to this. And some crushed tomatoes. And there is our taco soup. So I'm going to take this over to the Foodsaver and get this going. Now I'm making lasagna soup. And to this bag I have about 1 pound of ground beef, an onion, a little bit of garlic, and some of the shallot. I'm going to add crushed tomatoes. This is probably a good can of that. And that finishes up my crushed tomatoes. Yay! I used a big old 6-pound, 6-ounce jar of that, or can of that. And 6 pounds of diced tomatoes gone. How about that? Now to this I'm also going to add some penne noodles because I have those done. So I'm going to bring it over here, add my noodles. Thanks. That's probably a good half of a box of the noodles. Then I'm going to add to this, what will I add? Some Italian seasoning. I know I have that over here. And some of this Mamma Mia. And I think I will cut up a green pepper and use some of this as well. So I will be back after I've cut this and added a few more things. My battery's running out, so I'm trying to hurry. So I have added the peppers to this bag. I'm adding some fresh mozzarella. One of them tried to get away. Adding some Italian seasoning, probably 2 teaspoons, 3 teaspoons, and probably a teaspoon of this Mamma Mia marinara. And I need a half a cup of heavy cream and a little balsamic vinegar and tomato paste. So I have a big thing of tomato paste, a big 12-ounce jar of this. But I'm going to add probably half of this. Let's see, what does it say? No, it says 2 tablespoons of tomato paste. So I'll add a couple tablespoons of tomato paste to this. I don't know if it will come out for me or if I need to get my spoon. I'll get a spoon. It's not coming out very easily. This is the one I used for the mole. And then I need to add some chicken broth to this too, so that's why it's so thick. And this is going to be a big one. I probably could have halved this. And I think I'll add some salt and pepper, because anything with lots of tomatoes needs some added salt, in my opinion. Side like that. And then I'm going to add some chicken broth from what I have on the stove. It does call for a little bit of sugar. I am not going to add that, but I will add a little balsamic vinegar. I don't like sugar. I know that people like it because of the acid in the tomatoes, but to me, I don't think it needs it. So I'll add some chicken broth to this and then it will be ready. So this is what it looks like prior to putting it in the Foodsaver. So I'm going to go do that now. Everybody, hello again. We are making pizza casserole now. So I have the sausage and hamburger kind of mixture in a pan. It's about, or in a bowl, it's about a pound of that total. I'm going to add some pepperoni to this. This is the Hormel turkey pepperoni. It's really good stuff. I think I might cut that in half. I don't know. We'll see. I'm just going to take these out. There is a little thing in there, like a do not eat thing or whatever, to help it preserve. I'm just going to make sure that those... I have another bag of pepperoni if I feel like I want more, but this actually might be enough. Where's my little knife? I'm just going to cut it in half, or cut these in half. Okay, so I have those, and I'm adding some green pepper and some onion to this as well. Some shallots. All the good stuff that you'd put on a pizza, you can put on this. I might need to cut up another onion for the next meals. I think I'm going to use all of this green pepper. And I'm going to add my marinara. This is about a jar of marinara. And I need some mozzarella cheese, and I actually have these little balls of fresh mozz, which I love, love, love. These I got at Aldi, and there's 3 of them in a little package. It's perfect. I'll use 3 packages because that's all I got left. Then I'm going to add some taco seasoning, or not taco, some Italian seasoning to this. And I have some black olives. I think I will add those as well. So let's see, I need some Italian seasoning. I'm going to say about 3 teaspoons of that. And just a little bit of paste because I have it out here and I'm just going to use this spoon to stir this around. Paste is not necessary. It smells good. That's a big chunk of hamburger or sausage, I'm not sure which. And I'm going to add some black olives. Let me get those ready. I have this little tool, it's like an egg slicer that I got from Pampered Chef that also does black olives. And it makes it super easy. And it just slices them for you. Takes all the work out of it. I do about 3 at a time. And just slice them on up. I think that might, whoops, sorry. I think that might do it. So let's see. I need pasta, beef, sausage, pepperoni, bell pepper, onion, Parmesan, oregano, garlic, sliced mushrooms if you want. I didn't have any, so I'm not using any. Marinara sauce, olives, and then mozzarella cheese. And I'm just going to add some Parmesan to this. Probably, how much did it say to add? A half cup. I didn't do that. I probably did, gosh, 1/8 of a cup. I'll make it cheesy, I promise, on top. And I might even add some cheddar because I have so much cheddar cheese in this bag. I'm going to add some now that I look at the bag again. So let's go ahead and add a handful of that, which is probably about almost a cup. And I'm going to spray 3 of these pans with olive oil and put some pasta on the bottom, and I will be back. Okay, hopefully you guys can see those enough. And so I have 3 things of pasta, and I'm just going to try to evenly distribute this sauce among the 3. When it's time to bake this, I'm looking at it, we might want to add a little bit of water. I'm not real sure. It might be all right. We'll see how it looks. I know right now it looks scrumdiddlyumptious. So I'm going to get all that goodness out. And I have some more mozzarella cheese, but I'm not sure that I'm going to use it. I think I'm going to top this with a little Parmesan. Because I don't have any more fresh mozzarella. And I think the other mozzarella I have is sliced, and I don't even see it right now. I may have not gotten any more, actually. I know I got something else, but I think that's for another. I think I got, oh, I don't remember what kind. I think it's a white kind, but I don't think it's mozzarella. Let me just peek. What do I have over here? Provolone. Yeah, I don't have, oh, I do have another thing of fresh. I have a whole nother thing of fresh mozzarella, so, oh, so good. Maybe I will go ahead and slice this up a little bit. Well, I have some fresh in there. I don't know. It's so good. It's hard to resist. I'm going to. Actually, it doesn't come out of here very easily, so I'm just going to break it up with my hands. After all, they are our best tools, remember? I should look and see what else we have going on. If you have, oh, what are those called? String cheese, you could use that too. I've used that in a pinch because it's mozzarella. We usually have string cheese around because my family loves cheese and it's a good quick snack. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is just take the Parmesan and sprinkle it on top. And then I will top these off and take them to the Foodsaver. And we have 3 pizza casseroles. Yummy, yummy! I'll be back. Okay, now it is time for Tex-Mex chicken casserole. So in this bowl, I have rice on the bottom, and then I have shredded chicken that I just shredded by hand on the top. I have about 2 chicken breasts and about 4 cups of rice. And I'm going to add 1 can of pinto beans because I don't have black beans, and I rinsed those, or I drained them, but I did not rinse them. I would prefer to use black beans, but you know, you use what you have. Oh, and I should have, well, it's okay. I'm going to use 1 can of Rotel. Ah, sorry, I did not mean to do that. And this is the mild because the hot is a little bit kicky for us. And I'm going to take my spoon, kind of start mixing this around a little bit. And I also want to add some taco seasoning. This is the new one because I've used all of the old one. And you want about a pack of taco seasoning, which happens to be, from what I understand, about 2 tablespoons. And this cap is about 2 tablespoons. Maybe a little bit more, just because that's what I had. And I need a can of corn. So I have a whole kernel sweet corn, same one I used in something earlier today. And it says that you can drain it, but I'm looking at this thinking I might need a little more liquid. The black beans were supposed to be undrained, but I'm not sure. So what I'm going to do is take this corn and dump it, the liquid, into my Rotel container. Most of the liquid anyway. Sorry, I know you can't see that. And then I am just going to pour my corn in. And then I have this leftover liquid if I need it. And this even calls for black olives. So let's see. Chicken, rice, Rotel, taco seasoning, corn, black beans, which I used the others instead, and black olives, and then cheese. So I'm going to use the can of black olives that I had for the pizza casserole. And my handy dandy little slicer. Yikes. Making a mess, making a mess. And I'm halving the recipe that I have, and it's supposed to make 4 freezer meals. I have a feeling this is going to make, goodness, it might make 4 in itself. I have a few olives left, but this bowl is pretty stuffed, and I haven't even added any cheese. Looks good though. I think this would be good stuffed in burritos too. Okay, so I think what I'm gonna do is kind of layer it with cheese. So let's take one of these things. Using the tiniest spoon I have, that's crazy. I'm just going to use my hands. And then I'll put some cheese on top, since I didn't really get it spread throughout. And then I will put some more of this on top. And then I will put some more cheese. And I think I'm just going to do one of these in a casserole, because I think I'm going to put the rest of it in a bag and use it as, I'm just going to put chicken taco starter, because you could use this mix, I think, in tacos. You could use it in burritos. Heck, you could warm it up and have it just like this, just like the casserole. It looks really good, and I think it'll be very tasty. So I'm going to, oh, I'll make one more of these, because I like to have 2 of everything, I guess. So I'll make 2 of these. And then the rest of it I'm going to put in a bag, or maybe 2 bags. When I was young, I probably would have thought this was nasty, doing this with your hand, but now that I'm older, I don't really care. All right, that looks good. So then the rest of it is going to go in a baggie, and I will mark it, like I said, chicken taco starter, and or even just chicken burrito starter. I don't know what I'll name it. Chicken taco mix, because it's not really a starter, it's complete. And that's it for now. I will be right back. This next recipe, it calls for shredded chicken, pasta, cheddar soup, chicken broth, frozen broccoli, salt, and cheddar. So I'm going to probably get that together in a bag, and then I will be back to kind of show you what that looks like. But I don't think I'm going to do it here because most of my stuff is over by the stove. So I'll just go over there and do that. Again, it's broccoli, chicken broth, pasta, and chicken breast, and then I'll add the soup here maybe or something. We'll see how it works out. But I just wanted you to know what that's going to be. This is broccoli broccoli cheddar chicken pasta bake. Woo! Well, I decided to do it in a bowl after all, but I don't know if it was a good decision or not because it's so much stuff. So I have chicken broth in the bottom, pasta, chicken, broccoli, and a can of a can of cheddar cheese soup. And then I still need to add some cheddar cheese. This actually looks really good. Not that the other stuff doesn't, just that sometimes, you know, you get sick of looking at food. You're going, goodness gracious. I've been doing this for all day. I thought I was going to need 2. I might need more than that. So I'm not going to add the cheese yet. What I'm going to do is put this in my little thingy. Yikes. Sorry, I know you can't see anything right now. And then I will add cheese to that. Hopefully you guys can see this a little better. I don't know. Oh, losing the broccoli. Got it. And then I think I can do one more of these. I'm glad I got as many as I got. Oh, that one has a lot of chicken in it, which means the other ones probably don't have as much chicken. We'll do some little switcheroo. This one might be lacking in a whole bunch of stuff, but I don't think there's enough to spread it around. So here we go. I'm just going to kind of mix it in the bowl. This one has a lot of broccoli. I might move a couple pieces of broccoli fill out. I'll move them to that anyway. Now there's a possibility I could combine them and make it into 2. We'll see here. I don't want them to be too full. I think 3 is good. I'm glad I bought as many of these things as I bought. I haven't used them all yet, but I'm not done. It looks like I have 5 more. I don't remember what else is on the menu, but we shall see. And this actually looks really good. I'm excited about this meal. This looks really yummy. And it is broccoli cheddar cheese pasta bake. So I'm going to label them and then I will put them over to be food saved and I will be back trying to find a clean knuckle to stop this. Except for it's not stopping. All right, now we are going to do some cracked out chicken tater tot casserole. This was found on Plain Chicken's blog. She has awesome food ideas. And even though her name is Plain Chicken, it's not always chicken. And I think it's called that. I know I read her story one time, and it's something like she only liked plain chicken or something. I don't know. Or maybe she didn't like, I don't know. You'll have to go and read her story, but it's cute. There's about, I don't know, 3 cups of chicken in here. And I'm going to use about 16 ounces of sour cream. So this is a 3-pound container, so that will be about 1/3 of this, which is about 2 cups. So I have a little bit more to use. There we go. And I'm just going to use that spoon for my mixer. Here's my lid. And I'm using a can of cream of chicken soup. This was just opened earlier for something else, so I am just going to get that out of there. And let's see, what else does it call for? 1 ounce package of ranch dressing. I buy this in bulk at Sam's. It's a lot cheaper. And I think this is a new one because I ran out of my last one the last time I was making stuff. So I'll just pour about a tablespoon of that in there. And then 3 ounces of real bacon bits. So I'm using this Hormel. It says 3 ounces of Oscar Mayer. This is 4.3 ounces, so it's almost 3 ounces. I'm going to use almost the whole bag. Save enough for a couple potatoes maybe. And then it says 3 cups of cheddar cheese. So I'm going to do 3 huge handfuls. 1, 2, and 3. And then what we're going to do is mix all this together. And then I already have 3 of my bowls prepared with tater tots at the bottom. My husband prefers real bacon, but I prefer not to have to fry real bacon. So I take the easy way out. He can do the real bacon when it's his turn to cook. I did buy some real bacon at Sam's Club yesterday. They had 3 pounds for like $7. That's way cheaper than the grocery, so I thought, ooh, I'd better get that. This is going to be marvelous. It's like a loaded baked potato with chicken because you're putting it on tater tots. And from the magic of television, I have 3 of my containers already ready. So let's see what I can do here. It says to mix them with the tater tots, but I'm just going to put them over the tater tots. It'll be the same diff. And I don't think I'm going to call them what she calls them, because she calls them cracked out tater tots. I think that that's a little goofy. I mean, I understand what she's saying, because I know that there's that potato stuff that's called crack because it's so addicting, but I don't know. I have teenagers. I just don't go for that, so I'm just going to call it tater tot. chicken casserole or something like that. I'm not a prude, I just don't think it's necessary. Just because I never know who's going to see it. And if I might be embarrassed by it, or if I might feel like I have to explain it, why bother? All right, that did pretty well. I'm going to put this in the sink. We still have some pasta left. We have some good stuff left. My recipes are dwindling down though, so that's a good thing because I am beat. I know this sounds goofy, but man, I think I could have added some onion to this and I would have been happy. I wonder if I have any still diced over there. If I do, I might add some. And I think I would serve this with like a green vegetable or a salad. And we'd be set. Let me see, do I have any onion sliced over here? Yeah, I have a little bit. Now I wish I had a maid to do all the cleanup. Okay, so that's it. I will cover these up and then do the Foodsaver to them. Okay, next up is baked ziti. Thought I was finished with Italian, but I apparently am not. So I have about a pound of ground beef in here, and and it's a mixture of regular ground beef and Italian sausage. And I'm going to also use about an onion chopped, probably a little less than one, or maybe a small one. Yeah, that's probably good. And then to that mixture, I'm going to add some Italian seasoning. I'm going to add about 1.5 tablespoons of Italian seasoning. And then I'm going to add some sour cream, 1.5 cups. So that's about 10 ounces. So I'm just eyeballing it again. I only have like 10% left on my camera, so I'm gonna have to take a break here soon, darn, and maybe clean up a little bit. I'm getting to the tail end, guys. We are getting finished here. So I have that mixture in here. I also need, it says to use 2 jars of spaghetti sauce. I'm not going to do that, and I really don't want to open up my big, huge Prego. I can't decide if I want to or not. Or do I want to just kind of make my own with what I have? Let me see what I have. Tomato paste, diced tomatoes. I'll just open it up. And I'll use almost this entire thing. You want about 2 jars. This is about 3 jars, so I just want to use it accordingly. Okay, I'm just reading to make sure I have it. Ziti, onion, ground beef, spaghetti sauce, provolone cheese, sour cream, mozzarella cheese, and then Parmesan cheese. So it says we need to layer ziti, sauce, provolone, and then it says sour cream, but I'm just mixing it all in. So ziti, sauce, provolone, And then ziti, mozzarella, and more sauce. Topped with Parmesan. So how did I say? Ziti, ziti sauce provolone. And then I'll start with ziti again. So I have 3 things of ziti already in my little containers. What did I say again? Ziti sauce provolone. Okay. That's a lot of sauce. I know I have another one. Oh, here it is. Kind of looks like vodka sauce. I wonder if that's what vodka sauce is made with. We'll just dump it. Now I'm going to need more of that first one. I'm going to go put this in the sink because it's going to be a wreck. I have my slices of provolone. This takes, I have 12 slices. I think it only needs 8, so I can use the rest for sandwiches. So I'm going to put, I think, 2 slices of provolone on each one of these. I might actually have some provolone left extra because if I'm only doing 6 and it called for 8, that means I have 2 left from that. And I had 4 left of the pack, so I have 6 slices left for sandwiches, which is great because I did buy some lunch meat too for lunches. Okay, so ziti sauce provolone and then ziti mozzarella sauce. So I'm going to get my ziti and bring that over here. I'm almost done with my ziti. This will finish it up. And there's a little bit of rice in here too because I dumped the rice when I was putting it in the burner behind it. And I have a ton of rice left over too. Goodness gracious. What was I going to do with that? How come I don't have that recipe? So I guess I still have to do something with the rice. And I still have some meat and some chicken, so I'll figure out something. And that's all she said. So what did I say? Ziti, mozzarella. I'm going to finish, sorry, my arm, this ball of mozzarella. Oh, I'm so glad we're using stuff up. It's such a nice feeling to know that you're getting to the home stretch. I did take about a half an hour break and had some lunch. Believe it or not, I had leftover lasagna from last night. All this lasagna and Italian stuff and I'm making, and I'm still eating it. That's all right. And then I need to put on more sauce, so that's a good thing. Let's put this over by the sink. It looks like a war zone in here almost. And pour sauce, and pour sauce. Awesome. Okay, so now I'm going to put this in the sink again and rinse my hands off. I have tons of hash browns left. I didn't even open the bag. I have tons of tater tots left. So those might just go in the freezer. But I have tons of rice left that I need to do something with. And I have cheddar cheese left. I have chicken. I have some hamburger meat that I think I'm going to make sloppy joes with. Okay, there's those, and then I'm going to take my Parmesan and sprinkle this on top. This smells really good too. And I will label those. And those will be it. Yay! So I will plug you guys in because you're about to run out of juice, and I'm going to do a little bit of cleanup, and I will be back to show you the last few meals. Okay, now I'm going to make some beef and barley stew. So I have about a small onion in here, about 2 carrots, and 1 stalk of celery. Oh, there's a cute little chipmunk outside. I'm going to add some beef bouillon. I use the Better Than Bouillon beef base. I like this for both the chicken and the beef. It's about 1 tablespoon equals, or 1 teaspoon equals 1 bouillon cube, I believe. Let me just double check. 1 teaspoon equal to 1 bouillon cube. So that's a couple of teaspoons. I just have a tiny bit of this left, so I'm just going to finish it in here. This will be kind of a rich stew, but that's okay because it'll make it extra yummy. I'm also going to add some Worcestershire sauce. I'm going to add probably, I don't know, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It's probably not that good as shakes. Probably a tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce. Oh, it smells so good. Oh, I love the smell of that. And then I have stew meat over here, and I'm going to add about 1 pound of stew meat. This is about 3 pounds, so I might even add a little bit more than 1 pound, maybe 1.5 pounds. It's going to make quite the yummy beef and barley stew. These are kind of big chunks, but I noticed that I would have maybe chopped them a little bit more, but I'm also going to make a beef stew next, so I just might make 2 beef and barleys. I mean, why not? I like beef and barley. And this will be a big old recipe of it. So I'm going to add, how much barley does it say? It says 1/2 cup. Oh, I'm doing it wrong. Oh, I can't push there and pull up, so it's just gonna have to, it's not cooperating. So about 1/2 cup of barley. I'm getting it on my table. I'm not going to worry about it. This whole tablecloth needs to be redone. So let's see. It says a little bit of sugar. I don't know if I'm going to add that or not. I need some water, some pepper, and some tomato sauce. Let's see, what kind of tomato sauce do I have over here? Anything saucy? Stewed tomatoes, whole peeled tomatoes, tomato paste, diced, and mild Tex-Mex. That sounds like a good winner. It's not tomato sauce, but it'll do. Some red gold. And then what I'm going to do is put some water in here and some pepper. Where is my pepper? I thought I had the pepper over here, but I'm not seeing it. Do you see it? Hello, pepper. I see salt. I don't see pepper. Let me get some pepper. Well, it's not over here, so I must have put it over there. I lost it. Well, it's in this mess somewhere. Well, I'm not going to worry about it, I suppose. I am going to put some water in here, so I will be right back. It says 5 cups of water, but I'm not going to add all the water yet because I will still add some when I cook it. And I'm going to add a little bit of tomato paste just because I have this can and I need to use it. That's going to be some yummy beef and barley. Let me try to mix it a little bit in here so that those bouillons aren't sitting there by themselves. And everything needs to get all married and happy in there. I think Emerald Lagasse used to say that. They need to get happy. And I'm going to go crazy and I'm going to add a thing of onion soup mix too. Why do we add that? Oh, because it's yummy. And because I bought it. And I have 3 of them, so I'm going to use 1 in each one of these. So it probably doesn't need any more salt for sure. Because this is quite the salty. But that will be yummy. So I'm going to set this to the side. Oh, but I'm going to get out my, excuse my arm. Oh, there's the pepper. It's right here in front of me. I have a big old thing of pepper. So I will add some pepper to that one. And then I will get a second one going. Okay, this is a new bag. This is an expandable kind of bag. I don't have the Better Than Bouillon, but I do have this beef base. I don't really know what the difference is. Looks like 1 teaspoon equals 1 cup of water equals 1 cup of broth. So looks like it's the same instructions. can't get the thing open. Oh my word. Sorry guys. Okay, didn't think you guys wanted to see me fight with that, but this I think is the exact same thing, so I'm going to use a pretty hefty thing of it. My mom actually used to work for Sam's Club, and she used to always swear by these, and that's where I got the better than bouillon, but I'm thinking that this is the exact same thing, and I remember seeing this brand in her refrigerator, so I'm kind of excited. And I think you have to refrigerate after opening, but I'm not really sure. We always did. But I don't think it says that you have to. I don't know. I would be nervous not to, just because I know that my mom always did, so I'm going to. But if you guys know any better or know something I don't know, fill a girl in. And again, I'm not cutting these up, even though I probably should. I have been cooking all day long. It is literally probably 4:30, maybe even closer to 5. And I am not done yet, and I still have to clean up the kitchen, so I'm not hurrying, but I'm just letting it be what it is. Some pepper. We will add pepper. And some Worcestershire sauce. And some barley. And I don't know if I added some of this already, but if I didn't, I will now, and if I did, I got an extra. And so let's see, stew meat, carrots, onions, celery, water, parsley, not using, pepper, sugar, not using, bouillon, barley, oh yeah, and then a can of tomatoes. So you know what, instead of a can of tomatoes on this one, I'm just going to use an extra couple of scoops of this tomato paste and maybe a little more water. This one will be super rich. I'm just finishing this can up. See, that's what I like about cooking. You can kind of make up your rules as you go along, and that's just what I did. So now I'm going to fill this up, not fill this up, I'm going to put several cups of water in this, and then I will seal it up, and it'll be yum. So now I'm going to make my own version of au gratin tater tots, just because I have so many daggone tater tots. I have, I don't know, probably a pound of tater tots in each one of these, and I need my can opener. Where did I put it? Oh, it's getting late in the day, and oh, it's right here in front of me, and I'm getting tired. So I'm taking this can of cream of mushroom soup. This is one of the big party cans. And I'm going to put half of it in here. I think I am. Oh my word. Oh, come on. Oh, I'll just put all of it in there. How about that? Take about half of it out along with the tater tot. Stick it in there. Gosh, that might be about half and half. Looks good to me. I'm going to take this onion soup mix. Just because I have one left. Okay. And some sour cream. And I probably need a clean spoon for this because I don't think I have one over here. Lord knows you don't want to get something in your sour cream. So I'm gonna put about, oh goodness. The fun just never ends, does it? That's the thing about bags. I don't know how much I'm putting in, maybe a cup. Or so. And I don't have a ton of sour cream left. I don't know what else I'm making, but I might just finish it or throw it away. I'm done. Rinsing off my sour cream hand. Oh, and I need some half and half. I'm gonna add about a half a cup of half and half to each one of these. So let's see. About a half a cup. About a half a cup. And let's just finish up the bacon bits, shall we? There's a little thing in there. I need to get that out. Nobody would want to bite down on that thing. And let's put some cheese in here too, because everything is better with cheddar. And I'm going to do probably about a cup of cheese. Or maybe a cup and a half. So these are like loaded tater tots. Or like, I called them au gratin potatoes. Au gratin potato tots. Potato tots. That's what they are. Au gratin potato tots. And we need some onion in here. Yes, we do. We need some onion. So I'm going to take about a whole onion. Put half in here and half in here. And I do believe that's the end of my vegetables. How about that? I haven't even counted how many meals we've done. This is kind of a side dish. This wouldn't necessarily be a meal. But I have some steaks I'm going to just put in the Foodsaver. And this would be a great side dish with the steaks. That's about what I'm going to finish, the steaks. And then I think I'm going to do some pulled pork or some pork. And then I think I will be done. And then I get to clean up. Does somebody want to help? I'll let you eat if you help. Okay, so here are my taters. They don't look like much here, but I'm sure that they will taste remarkably good. This isn't much of a meal or a recipe. It's just 2 top sirloin steaks that look absolutely fabulous and way too big to eat for one meal. I mean, seriously, that could be 2 meals each. But I'm not sure that I care. Who's hungry? Oh, that is a huge piece of meat. I don't know. Let's see. How big is this? Maybe I need to rethink my thinking. This is almost 2 pounds, so that's like a 16-ounce steak almost. That's an awfully big steak. But if I cut it in half, it's like 2 8-ounce steaks. And my husband likes 10 ounces. I don't know. I'm going to put some salt and pepper on it. I'll do it to both sides. Because I don't know where you come from, but our meat doesn't come seasoned. Isn't that what Emerald says? And then we like a little bit of butter on it too. And that's how I'm going to prepare this. I will put a little pat of butter on it. I don't think I have any butter out from the fridge. So I'll put a couple pats of butter on this side and probably a couple little pats of butter on this side and seal this puppy up, and this will be one meal. And then I'll do the same with this one and make it a total of 2 meals of steak, because that's a pretty big steak. All right, I'll talk to you soon. While that is trying to close that one, I'm going to put a little bit of meat tenderizer on here as well. I didn't teach you guys that, so I thought I would bring you back just to show you that. So there's some tenderizer, some salt, some pepper, and then 2 pats of butter on each side, and that will do it. Okay, thank you. So this is just going to be a kind of a bonus recipe because I have some extra sour cream. I'm just taking some tots, mixing my sour cream. It's about, I don't know, a cup, maybe a cup and a quarter. And the kids will just eat this tonight. The kids, Katie and her boyfriend. And about, I don't know, 2 cups of cheese. And she's a vegetarian. I know I've mentioned that before, but if I had some onion left over, I would put it in here, but I have used all of my onion. I might see if I can add some onion seasoning. Probably should have waited and added the yikes. I'm going to add a cream of soup. I just need to see what I have here. Cream of mushroom or cream of anything but meat. Oh, I have some golden mushroom. I was going to use that for something though, so let me see. I'm going to add, let me see what I can find in my cupboard. Some cream of soup, and then I'm going to add a little bit of that half and half. What I would recommend is mixing all of this stuff first and then adding in the tots. But you know me, dare to live dangerously. And what she doesn't know won't hurt her. This is cream of chicken soup, but don't tell her that. I mean, she's eaten broth and stuff before too, and the amount of chicken that's in there is so small. I'm just not going to worry about it because it's the only cream of soup I had. So I'm just not going to tell Miss Katie. going to cover it with some cheese. And I'll bake this for about a half an hour on 350. And I didn't add salt or pepper. Probably needs some pepper. And it probably needs a little bit of salt, but not a lot because it is a lot of potatoes. Okay, so that's going to go in the oven at 350. And that's that. So I have this pork loin that is boneless, and it's 3.91 pounds, and it was $10 at Sam's Club, and it is huge. And I think I'm going to cut it into some chops, and then I'm also going to make a pork loin like roast and maybe barbecue so that we can have barbecued pulled pork. But this is an amazing deal when you can get a big old pork loin like this. They are fabulous in the slow cooker, and if you have a oh, what's it called, one of the things that cooks food really fast, and pressure cooker. Those are supposed to be fabulous with the pork loin. I am looking at getting one of those, but I do not have one yet that I am comfortable using. So I'm going to chop this up into some pork chops, and I will return and let you see what I'm doing with it. Okay, so I divided the pork up into two things to make pork, like pork loin or whatever, and one thing of pork chops. These are both the pork loin. I'm going to do one of them barbecue style. So I will put this Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue in with the pork. I'm just going to use the whole bottle. Then when it's time to cook it, I can just take it out and put it in my slow cooker. I'm just talking. I'm videoing. There's still a little bit more. I'm just getting it all. Making sure I get my money's worth. Okay, so there is that. And I'll just kind of zhush that around a little minute. And when it's time to slow cook it, I may add some onion. Actually, you know what? I have onion now. Why don't I go ahead and chop some up real hard, real like chunky? Because why do it later if I can do it now, huh? So let's see what I can do here. Sorry, I know this isn't on the screen, but you guys have seen me chop onion before, and this time I'm not even, like, I'm just chunking it. Getting the skin off, and pretty big onion. That's okay. So this will be ready to go in the crock, and I will cook this on low for about 8 hours. And it will be so good. Now, this one I'm just going to put some salt and pepper. Looks like I was peppering the table. Oops. And I'm going to do a little meat tenderizer on this one too. And maybe
You can serve this with sauerkraut, or you could do applesauce, whatever you'd like. It's just pork loin, and I will have to mark that on here. Pork loin. Yeah, this pen isn't the one to work on this. I'll do it in a second. And then I have my chops, and they kind of, the chops that I sliced broke in half, so I will just do, there's like 4 chops. That's okay, they're kind of small. We can each eat 2 that day. And I'm just going to put salt and pepper. And tenderizer on these 2. And I have 2 pats of butter left from the butter that I've gotten out for the steak, so I'm going to add that to this. And that will do it. And I'm almost done. I have maybe a couple things that I'll show you still, but that's it. Oh, yay. So I'm going to write down here I have pork chops, and then I have barbecue, pork loin, and just a regular pork loin. Alrighty. We're getting low on battery, so it's good timing. Okay, so I think this is going to be the last thing that I'm showing you. Let's see. It is 5:52. I have literally been cooking all day long. I have about 2 cups of rice in each one of these bags. I just had this extra rice I needed to use. And I'm going to add half of a package, which is probably a pound of maybe 32 ounces of broccoli. This is in that big thing that I got. It's just one of the mini containers that were in that bag. Oh. Okay, so I'm going to just pour half of it in here, and then half of it in here. And then I'm going to use what's left of the cheddar cheese, pour half of it in there, half of it in there, and I'll add some pepper and some salt. And I'm going to add about a half a cup to a cup of milk to each one of these bags. And this will be like a broccoli rice casserole. We can either use it for a really large side dish, or we can use it for a meal. And that's it. All right, thank you guys for hanging in there with me. Here is the war zone. Here is my table. Wow. So I got to clean all of that up. Here is the trash can is full. I still have lots of rice left, but I don't know that I'm going to finish that. I might let my husband do something with it tomorrow. I have these dishes to wash, and here's my yak on the stove, and there's still some chicken broth left, and I have these tater tots left from that big huge bag. I have this amount of ground beef left. I have 2 chicken breasts, and then a big bag of the pulled chicken here that I'm just going to freeze. I didn't even get into the ground turkey. I still have 2 bags of the broccoli florets that I'll just freeze. I didn't even use my peas or my carrots or this sausage. I still have a little bit of cottage cheese, but I can use that for breakfast or whatever. My chicken base I didn't get into. And I didn't make the fireman's stew, but honestly that's such an easy meal to put together. I don't really think I need to freeze it. So there we go. I'll go down the rundown in a little minute. So it's the next day, and this is what I have in the freezer.
2 chicken breasts, a bag of shredded chicken, a bag of ground beef, 2 steaks, but that will make 2 separate dinners, 2 tater tot au gratins, 3 broccoli chicken pasta bakes, 3 chicken tater tot casseroles, 3 ziti bakes, 2 beef and barley stews, 2 broccoli cheddar rice bake, which is kind of just a side. It was leftover broccoli, the cheddar and the rice. I just finished it up. 1 Tex-Mex filling and 2 Tex-Mex chicken casseroles, 3 pizza casseroles, a large lasagna soup, 2 salmon with the crab meat stuffing that I just purchased straight from Sam's, 2 taco soups, 3 enchiladas, 6 lasagnas, 2 chilies, a pork loin, barbecue pork loin, and pork chops. So we have, I counted 43 different meals, and I spent about $300 at the grocery store. So that makes each meal less than $3 a serving. So I think it's a pretty good deal. I'm very excited. We had enchiladas last night, and I will put a picture probably at the end. And we've had some lasagna, and oh my gosh, it was so good. So these are really good recipes, and I hope you like it. I hope you try it, and thanks so much for watching.